Alright, now we're in the final part. We finally loaded into the lower district. Well, hopefully we loaded in. It just started loading right now, so yes, okay. We are now at the lower district. So we have two areas that we need to go to. They're both in this, well, there's two quests actually over here. And they do offer a reward that's actually good. Have I went through crafting? Like a tutorial crafting, or...
Easy. Too easy.
But yeah, I'll hit you up later, Shadow. I'm actually kind of curious how the power leveling works in this game. Like, is it like Diablo where you can power level someone to like max level in 10 minutes, or how is the power leveling in that? Because I haven't seen it at all. I don't know the method. Let's go attack this thing. Oh, bow, 16 fizz. Alright, so we got that thing done. Can I warp across? Nope. He got stuck. So how long does it take, Shadows, to get, like, if you were to power level someone that, like, just got to end game to, like, I don't know, 90? What's, like, the power level in this game? Because in, like, Diablo 4, you can power level someone very fast to, like, 50, but after 50, man, it just becomes so slow. I mean, it's still faster to do it in a group. Oh, you have to stay close. Oh, so you actually have to be like, yeah, no, I gotcha. And that's how it works. But how good is the XP? I guess we can find out. We can test that out. We'll skip out on that, like, item. I just want to get to the end game, like, ASAP. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Oh, you're only level 76 or so. Ah, okay. We can try it. Like, I'm just curious to see like how it would actually go. Like in terms of speed.
Can I help you?
We melted that guy so fast. Now we go to the slums, complete the quest for the, is it passive point or something? Or idle slot? It's one of those. Oh, it actually survived one hit of the dive bomb. Alright, so what were we on our path for? Oh, physical shred? Oh yeah, definitely. That's like really good. Oh, I think we're getting something with movement speed, right? I was also looking at that. Let's find my thing will get it done. Okay, I think we actually don't need to go for this path. Well, I mean, dive bombs. Okay, physical resistance. Oh, you can get 5 stacks against it. But I'm actually not even going to do physical damage later. I can remove 1 point here. And then I guess what we would do is we go here. I just want to get movement speed. I think that that's more valuable for me right now. And we have another passive point, so we want to put it into Tailwind. Yeah, I'm going to max out Tailwind as quickly as possible. I think it's one of the best things in the game.
Not going anywhere.
Oh, we have a guy that we got to kill for a quest over here. Oh, he's like hiding. Oh, it's the hidden. Or contact the hidden, so. Let's see. Minion dodge. It was minion damage, maybe. So there's like a bunch of these. It's basically like Act. What is it? Is it Act 2? In D3. It's like looking for one of the cultist things.
My poison.
Alright, I think we found one of them. Okay. Oh. I like how there's like a an armor guy over there. I don't think that is supposed to just TP us out. Because I'm not even able to get out of this. This might be a relog kappa. We'll see though. Do you need gold in this game? Yeah, so gold is used for trades. And it is also used for like buying items, like just off of the vendors.
And even more once I'm running the I know it. All right. Once you after. Oh, come on.
Oh, we have 2 quests from that guy. Okay.
It's going to work. It's not like you've got any other
So we'll go back to traveling to the slums to finish off the treasure one. Because that one will give us passive point or idle slot. It is actually. Where's the desert treasure? Okay. Cool, it's already marked for us. Yeah, server's just, I guess, having major issues.
What brings you here?
You can actually I don't know if you can get 50,000 from
What brings you here? Well,
Oh, he has a shop. I didn't know this guy had a shop. I actually really liked buying these Rune of Shatterings. I think it's super worth it. $2 attributes is not bad. Fortunately, has int. It's cold damage. The rest of the stats aren't really good on that. Nine damage shurikens. Yeah. Nothing too useful for us. But you could actually look at blue items. You don't always have to look at rares. And the reason why is because you can then start crafting on your own. Finish that quest, right? These are all okay. None of these gave us the ones that we actually wanted for the. Look, there wasn't any incentives to complete those. All right, so now we're going to continue, and we're going to go to the upper area over here, and the first time you do this, since I've actually already done it, there's an NPC that you can talk to. Maybe.
Best to introduce before we go. Then you will find both the bazaar and observatory nearby.
So it tells you to visit both of these. You will be able to switch faction later if you choose. Alright, even though you can change your factions in the game, there is something where you do need to take into consideration that if you leave, you lose all of your currency, and as you play the game towards the end game, you'll be building these up. Now, I've done a little bit more testing on which one is better, and honestly, it's kind of up to you on what you want to do. However, I will mention that one of them, yes, you can engage in trade. This is very important to go ahead and go over. So I'm going to dedicate a few minutes here. But each one of these factions, you could spend half an hour plus on trying to explain kind of the pros and cons of each one. So obviously one you can trade, and I was thinking, well, why wouldn't you just engage in the trade one? Well, the other faction, which is the Circle of Fortune, that one, you basically have higher drop chances. You can get more XP, more gold. You get a bunch more bonus rewards, but you cannot engage in trade. And the first thing that I thought was, well, I'm going to join the Circle of Fortune, get all of my items, and then convert to Merchant's Guild later, and then I'm just going to sell all the items, because you get way better drop rates in Circle of Fortune. The items that you get are going to be tagged with this little thing you can see where it says rank 5. Certain things that drop for that faction or that are bought because you traded with another player, basically just going to the little auction house here and purchasing items and listing them, they will be locked, and you cannot flip items. Also, if you were someone maybe that played Path of Exile and like to buy items and then like to flip them for a profit, that is something that you cannot do in the Merchant's Guild. It's basically a one-time transaction, and if you thought that you could just go ahead and just buy whatever best in slot, that's not how it works. You actually have to rank up, and it actually takes way longer to rank up the Merchant's Guild than the other one. You could just kill monsters to rank up, but you are going to be actually gaining a lot more if you actually list a bunch of items, and then you buy, sell, and trade. That's how you're actually going to rank this one up. Now, the other one, basically just think of it as you're going to get a bunch of different drops. Because I'm already selected one faction, in order to swap, I would have to lose all of my other faction, but I can just go ahead and visit the observatory. Basically, this is more so an endgame mechanic, even though they give it to you right before the endgame. So in this area, like the previous area, you basically just go and buy items, but again, you can't buy everything. All the good stuff is locked behind getting everything basically at the highest rank. You can technically do okay once you can get all of the unique items that have what's called legendary potential, which we'll talk more about later. But if you open this thing up, what happens is there's a little like small mini map, and basically it tells you some sort of objective, and you can get like a legendary shield, legendary like chest piece if you complete the objective, which is like complete maybe an arena or just do something in the game that you would normally do anyways. There are also these items that are called lenses that can block out certain gameplay mechanics if you don't want to engage in them. So these little lenses will cost its own currency. Both of these have their own currency that will just build up over time. But there are these things called lenses. And even though like this is supposed to be like a campaign playthrough, these little lenses will give you extra rank to find unique items when you activate these little like telescopes. And you will see some extra bonus once you complete kind of a prophecy. It's like you kill 5 rare monsters. Like, you're going to do that as you play the game anyway. So this one is a much smoother experience because with trade, you have to understand a lot more things, and it's a lot easier to just look at your gear and be like, well, I need to upgrade on my gloves, and then there's like, oh, there's exalted gloves, which will be these purple things, and even though I'm recording this kind of like way after I completed the campaign, it's important to show you guys that the end game will pretty much be purple items, which were called exalted, and then there's also things that are unique items that have what's called legendary potential, and these items, this one doesn't have any by the way, but it will have legendary potential, and then you can randomly on the same item craft an additional mod on the item. So if it has 2 legendary potentials, you could potentially get in a helmet, a different helmet that is exalted. You're going to go ahead and fill up all the mod slots with a bunch of stuff that you want, and then, well, usually there's 2 or 3 that you want on the item, and it RNGs one of them onto the item. The more legendary potential has, the more chances you can keep on adding to the legendary. But exalted items will be the best in slot for most people, and even rare items can get you through the game. I've completed the entirety of like the endgame map system with trade, even though we haven't been able to go all the way to the end. If you're wondering what my suggestion is and what I do, these pair of boots are so crazily good, called Morning Frost, that I actually do think trade is pretty good. This is like my one exception. If you don't want these boots, and if you're wondering what these boots do, I'm going to explain it real quick because they're good for pretty much 90% of builds that want to get a huge boost in DPS. There's nothing in the game that will give you this much DPS, but there is a big downside. So first off, none of the stats matter except for the last 2. So we're only looking at +1 cold damage to attacks and spells per point of dexterity. We also have -1 physical and cold resistance per point of dexterity. So the more dex we have, the lower our resistances in physical and cold are going to be. So you're going to have to get a massive amount of cold and physical resistances, even though mine say like 80. It's like way more than that. If I remove the boots, you can see for cold and physical, we have like 170. It's because we have like almost 100 dex. And this is something that you'll have to take in consideration. You can also see that my bow crit over here is at 100%. So I'm getting towards min-maxing, but there's still so much to do. And if you're wondering which one would I recommend, if you want like the absolute best in the slot, I think trade is actually going to be better. However, in the very beginning, it's a struggle because you cannot get items until you start ranking it up. And starting at specifically like 3, you can get to 3 pretty easy. It takes a really long time to go ahead and upgrade all the way through, especially if you want to get the most important one, which is basically at tier 8. The 9 and 10, it still helps out, but you're going to eventually get those as you play the game. But specifically, getting to 8 is a really big breakpoint in the game, and it's going to take most players like, I would say an estimate like 50-ish hours, whereas if you join the other one, the Circle of Fortune, well, you're going to be able to get a bunch more items very, very frequently. I mean, you get duplicated items. When a set would drop, you get the entire set. So this one is good too, even though I personally am going to be going with trade, and as you can see, I've already ranked up this one as well. The best suggestion I can give you is kind of look into each one, and each one of these could be a separate video, and I do actually plan to make a separate dedicated video. Even though this is a campaign playthrough, this is kind of important to explain, as you're not necessarily locked into it permanently, but you will not be able to just go Circle of Fortune, get all these awesome drops, all these extra bonuses, you know, duplicated like prophecy items, and then just trade them. They are locked to Circle of Fortune, as in like you can't even equip the item if you swap factions. So that's something very important that I have learned, because my original strategy was, you know, why don't I just get all these bonus drops and again just sell the items by swapping later. Can't do it. So if you want to engage in trade, if you want to be like a top like 1% player, trade will probably be more valuable because there's going to be some super ultra rare items to get the rarest things in the game. So just play solo and try to craft all these items on your own. It's going to be quite difficult. However, don't let that discourage you. The Circle of Prophecy, you have so much better drops. I mean, it's insane how much you can get from that one. So take it however you want. Choose the one you want. I cannot say that the one is absolutely way better than the other, although getting Morning Frost early is absolutely huge, but you do have to start targeting a bunch of things that have physical and cold res, and that really helps out if you just can go to the market and just kind of buy just even rare items that have a bunch of resistances on lots of PC gear. This gear, by the way, can definitely be upgraded. There's a lot more that can go on, but for the most part, again, I felt like this was important to explain. But let's go ahead and now continue the rest of the campaign. Alright, we are finally back in. So all we did was walk outside from the upper district. We just go up and then go to another zone, and then we just go to the oasis. Just walk. Didn't really do anything special. But I'm so glad to get back on the game because the servers were down for several hours, and hopefully can go ahead and finish the game now. Woo! Dude, like, we're just one-shotting everything. I have to go around this way. It's crazy how good this build is for speed, too. Oh man, that DPS. Just deleted that thing like instantly. Ooh, boots a turtle. Movement speed, some armor. What time is it? It is 1 p.m. Unless you're talking about in the game. In the game, I believe the servers are set for Central, so that's like 3 p.m. So one of the quests over here is saying we get to slay the spine hunters. So we're gonna go check out that on the quest real quick. The spine hunters. Okay, we're okay. Alright, so it says spine hunters. This one is actually worth doing because it's part of a quest that we actually need. We do not need this one. This is just speak to them to learn the thing. Okay. We don't need that one. So, this one is a quest we need to do because it is a passive point. Big boys coming out the boss. This damage is just astronomical. Another dimension. Is this a fun game? Yes, I'm very much enjoying it. Am I doing below? Oh yeah, yes, Zero. You already know about the build. Yeah, we're doing explosive ballista. Probably the best build in the game. As far as I'm aware of it, is, in my personal opinion, the best build in the game. I have not seen anything better, but if there is something better, let me know, because I genuinely don't know of any build that is better than this.
Farewell.
There is like a there's a blade dancer build that can be pretty fast too. Basically all you do is you just spam dash, but it does not kill the whole screen. It basically kills in a small circle around you. The build that we're playing will kill, it'll blow up the whole screen. Like it's good. Oh, gotta go this way. What did it say? Too greedy, too deep? Okay. Alright, so is that too greedy? Okay, so that's okay, so too greedily, too deep. Yes, we will do that one. Because this is another important quest. Ooh. Maybe he'll drop something good. Alright, we have some plated gauntlets of renewal. That's the mitigation one. I'm kind of realizing that there's only so many rolls on those gloves. Or on the experimental gear. And at the moment, there isn't really anything that interests me. Unless I was playing the Warlock or Necromancer, which can summon those explosive zombies, those walking corpse explosions. Some gold. Is it worth buying? You're on the fence of the game? Do you like action RPGs? If so, then there's a no-brainer, yes. But if you're like, I just like a game for a story, then I would skip out on the game. But what we're doing right now is we're completing the campaign, almost at the end game for this character. I have like 5 or 6 characters that I've gotten to end game. But this is going to be the most powerful build in the game that I'm aware of. Boom. Ooh. Amulet. What do we got here? Cast speed, necrotic. We got double movement speed, Ellie res, cooldown recovery speed. That's not too bad. What do we currently have? Oh, it's 5 decks. I don't say no more, man. I see the decks, and that's all we need. So we completed both the quests. We just need to get to next zone. We gotta go all the way around. I want to swap. Oh, is this sword and shield? Oh yeah, well yeah, sword or I think the axe is actually the best, but I don't know off the top of my head. Some other new discoveries have been found, but the winged axe gives you movement speed, so I'll probably go for that. But yeah, shield glancing blows is definitely what we'll swap to for late game. Once we get enough DPS. Is it better than D4? In terms of campaign and like graphics wise, no, definitely not. But like in terms of complexity, this game has way more complexity, objectively. Alright, okay, kind of lost my train of thought, because last night all I wanted to do was log in and play the game, and then now, oh, that's right, Tailwind, we gotta max that out before anything else.
Let's go thin their numbers a bit, shall we?
Straight towards that end game. I'm still one-shotting most of the stuff, so that's good. Look at that, it's already like back up. That's crazy. Just wait till I get so much cooldown reduction that all we need to do is just spam the eagle. Look at our mobility's right back up. Activate that, and mobility's back up. Activate that, our mobility back up in 1 second. It's fantastic. It's so mind-blowing how good this build is. I played Shaman Totem build. I have not. I played, as far as Primalist, I played the Bear. And I played like the, what's called like a Mantis. It's actually one of the coolest parts of the campaign right here. What game is this? This is Last Epoch. It's the final Epoch, the last one. Okay, he's like, he was just chilling. Okay, so they hit the bird going down. And we are in the next zone. I'm pretty sure the bird will take care of us from here. Alright, so what are we getting on this? Dive bomb. Oh, if it hits a decoy. Extra damage, mana cost. Alright, so we got another skill point in our Falcon, and I don't remember. Slow stacks? Oh, we were getting something over here. Okay, I remember. Oh yeah, you can have it shred. Oh, we were actually getting... There's... Isn't there... Okay, this is vulnerability stacks. Is there armor shred on this one? Oh, you can get armor shred. Oh, you can get armor shred and some sort of feather fall. So you get armor shred stacks. You get 4 stacks. It's pretty good. So we get armor shred or we get move speed. You move faster while you have talon blades. Grant you a stack for 18 seconds. So how many stacks do we need? We have to have 5 stacks? Oh, okay. So if I just hit 5 enemies, I guess get 10% movement speed. I think I'll take it. That should be pretty consistent. And I think move speed is going to be very nice to have. Because later we're going to remove this skill. As good as it is, I don't need any more, like, DPS skills. I just need to blow up the whole screen. And we're going to be doing that. We gotta go rooftops. Oh, we can actually turn in our quest. Let's go do that real quick. So, there are 2 things that we need to turn in. Oasis Hunt and 2 Greedily Too Deep. And then we're going to warp right back to Temple Rooftops. And I want to get the bonuses right now. What loot filters? A homebrew or a download? So the loot filters I'm using are blocking normal and blue items. That's it. So it's a really simple loot filter. Nothing too special. Oh, okay. Is that the last idol thing? And then we have 1 more to complete. Oasis Hunt. And then you can continue. Did I enjoy the first playthrough of this? Oh, the campaign 100% Diablo 4 is way better. Like, I think objectively, I will die on that hill. Like, objectively, the gameplay though in this game, in terms of like the creativity, is just way better. Like, as in, like how you build your character. There's no item power in this game, which I like. I genuinely don't. I think it's a terrible system to have item power in a video game. The reason why is because then you're always just swapping gear to kind of just chase this, like, you know, imaginary number. Oh, you're not even like reading the stats on the item. Like in Diablo, getting crit strike like damage, since it's additive, is like so incredibly bad now. Especially in the earlier stages when your crit strike chance is like 5% base. Like that's all you got. So this game, on the other hand, I mean, getting crit is still probably pretty bad in any action RPG earlier on. Unless you have some sort of special, unique. But one thing that we do need for this upcoming boss fight is we do want to get physical resistance. Also, this is an area where it doesn't really tell you where to go. Most of the areas in this game, they kind of tell you where to go, but this one, oh my. Look how many black arrows we can pick up. Hopefully it's this way. I'm pretty sure it's this way. It's either this way or we were supposed to go up. It's a long path up. Probably this way then. Something's like freezing them now too, which is awesome. I don't even know what's freezing them. Something is though. It's gotta be this way. Look how long this area is. It's a very long stretch. We're gonna be completing a campaign for sure on this character today on the Falconer. There we go. Now it appears on the minimap. Gotta be careful though. If we die, we gotta go far back. So. Like the Ray of Judgment or something like that from Diablo. It's like Crusader ability. Oh, no. We gotta be very careful. You don't want to die here. And I think you actually do want to get physical resistances here. did. Alright, we at the next temple. What build we're running? Oh, so this is a falconer build, and we're gonna be right now. It's mostly just the falcon, but it's gonna be a ballista build. It's gonna be the OP explosive ballista build, pretty much the best build in the game. As long as they don't nerf it. I hope they don't nerf it. I don't think they will. They're too busy trying to get those servers up and running. So now we're looking for the final boss. We're at the final moments, guys. Final boss is coming up. I don't know how much fizz res we have. Oh, we capped on fizz res. It would be nice to have some armor, but... yeah. Make sure you have maximum physical resistance for this boss. Otherwise, it's a rough fight. I mean, in general, it's not an easy fight. The reason why is the boss is relatively tanky. Wait, can you do this mobility ability and it refreshes itself on itself as an attack? Let's see if we got anything rogues. When I hear rogue, I think, well, it's like 22 fizz res and some more armor. What do we have currently? Oh, but this helmet makes us look way cooler. we can't be not looking cool when we fight the final boss, though. All right, well, there's a couple other bows here. Oh, what's an opal ring in this game? Ooh, cooldown recovery. Like, I was actually thinking about just making a build that has just 100% CDR. And oh, this is actually pretty good. So, Opal Ring has implicits of cooldown reduction and all attributes, which is actually pretty good. We actually might have an upgrade. 7 res. Do we need this for resistances? I mean, our resistances are scuffed anyways. I just want it for the extra dex. Like, getting 2 to all attributes is actually pretty good. Because this is like 4 mana, int is garbage for us, but like dex is good, strength is giving us 4% increased armor, and each point of vitality is 6 HP, so that's 12, and it gives you poison and necrotic res. By how much? It's like maybe a couple percent. Now they want any blizzard. Yeah, dude, I still am so baffled that they nerfed things in Season 0. Like, before the game officially even launched. But we're here to talk about last Epoch. We'll talk about Diablo some other time, Kappa. I'm excited about the expansion pack, though. I really am.
Nothing can stop me! Nothing!
No, that doesn't make sense. Did you do this?
Right. Can't wait for more horses to choose from. Oh, in the expansion? You think that? Oh yeah, because they're gonna add like cats. Or it's some sort of like jaguar pet. Is that what you mean? All right, we got another point, and obviously we got to get as many points in the Tailwind as possible. Cause it's the best thing in the entire game, man. All right, let's go. The final moments, guys. This is the final boss. Go, 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 go.
What do you think you're doing, my pitiful vessel maiden?
I am breaking the cycle. I refuse to be your sacrifice.
Disgraceful. Rage is unbecoming of you,
We
child.
can watch it. It's like the final moments.
This is not rage. For millennia, the vessel maidens have died so you could live. Now feel the unending abyss of their despair.
What are you doing?
Why don't you show our guest the torment that now fills you?
What's happening? Get out of my mind.
The dive bomb is getting nerfed. Oh yeah, that thing does way too much damage. I absolutely agree. But at the same time, I actually don't mind in the very beginning of a game to have like really strong classes, especially since it's a brand new class. Like the two new classes that came out that weren't available in the betas and alphas are the Falconer and the Warlock. And the Falconer is just like miles ahead of every single class, like in terms of leveling. Unless I just didn't make a good build Kappa, which I doubt. Alright, so this is final boss. This is Majasa. So don't get frozen, turn to stone. So the one ability is basically when she tries to turn you into stone. Other than that, like, you just shoot and move and it's like whatever. It's a pretty easy thing. Like that's the move, by the way, right there. It kind of builds up stacks. And then you have to destroy these little like pillars here. We're actually doing so much good damage to her. Oh. I'm letting the Falcon healing me. The cooldown on the dive bomb is like insanely good too. But honestly, having the shift instead of like the other ability might actually not be a bad idea because the other one cleanses all of the negative deck debuffs. This boss is actually pretty hard though. Oh, almost turned to stone. Okay. I think she says insect. She definitely doesn't say incel, right? that would be actually pretty funny. But that's just what I heard, and I'm guessing she says insect. Okay, she says insect. Okay. I thought she said you foul incel. Okay. Alright. PC only, yes. This game is PC only at the moment. Grab the health potion. And now we're in phase 2. Okay, so in phase 2, the important thing, because honestly, like, you just kind of dodge the charge, just shoot and move, it's fine. The Falcon will probably solo the boss faster than like most builds anyways. But the thing that you gotta actually watch out for is that, once again, because when she does it this time, she will tail swipe you for insane amounts of damage. Also, she will heal, but like it's fine, there's not really anything that you can do. I mean, it's kind of like your open opportunity to get some DPS into. Ooh, you actually got pretty close to ripping. But it's okay if you rip. It's not an easy boss fight, but like I've done it a few times, and like I still think that like it is a pretty difficult fight. Just make sure you're maxed out on Fizz Res. I like how the Falcon heals us too. It's like so good. That tail swipe is like barely even hitting us. When she's sucking in those, you just move away. It's not that big of a deal though. Unless you're playing like melee, then it definitely becomes a lot harder. We need that culling strike. Oh, she actually stunned us right there. Which can be a little bit dangerous. Oh! Oh, that was actually close. You can see we almost got frozen in the air. Woo! Alright, big drops. Huge legendaries. Well, let's see what do we get for our final drops from the boss. Alright, give me the drops. Alright, what do we get? All attribute shard. Oh, we get I guess resistances. Actually, it's not that bad for the other resistance. Minion dodge rating is the only like bad stat on it. Can maybe just remove that. If we just got dex, so dex is considered a prefix. So if I get minion dodge instead, this might actually be kind of nice. So if I use here, let me move this. Actually, you know what? We'll craft later. We'll talk about that. And we just want to finish this as quickly as possible and get to those maps.
I don't know what drove you to this madness.
This would be so much easier if you had...
You think this is over? You know nothing of the power I've been given. Orobis showed me the way. All I needed was the key, and you brought it right to me. The power of the Epoch is mine.
Okay, that's basically it. And then, woo, we are finished with the campaign. So, there's a lot more content though, but how we engage with it, well, I'm going to make a separate video talking about the in-game, but congratulations. If you made it this far, you have completed Last Epoch. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed the YouTube playthrough, drop a like on the right, and I'll be dropping the video very soon of the endgame guide. So, that's going to be it though. Congrats. You finished it.